So let me guess, you want to start dropshipping, you see the business model, and you're just like, oh hell yeah, I'm about to make stupid money in 2020, let's freaking get it. Well, before you jump the gun on dropshipping, stay tuned and watch this whole video because I'm going to go through what you need to know before you ever start dropshipping. The pros, the cons, everything that I personally wish I would have known when I got started, because I've scaled stores to 6 figures per month and I've ran into many issues along the way. So again, like I said, I'm going to give you guys the insight as to everything I wish I knew before I even started this business model. Now, before we get into this, be sure to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm because I'm posting every single day, and also click subscribe if you haven't already. Again, grinding out content every day. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. We're going to discuss pros of dropshipping because that's very important. There are a lot of benefits. You don't really have to order products in bulk, so you can continuously sell literally whatever product you want that you can find online, and you can rotate your products very often. If one doesn't sell well, you can transition and pivot into another product. The second pro is you really don't need a crazy amount of money to start. I started with around $42 and overnight turned it into close to $1,000, which was great, and that was all with dropshipping. So the barrier to entry is very low. Another huge benefit is if a product starts working well, you can scale to the moon almost overnight. You don't need to order any more inventory. The suppliers are housing the inventory for you, so they have the ability to just start shipping out products faster, and there is no issues. You again don't have to order more inventory because they are handling all that. So now that I gave you the good news, there is some bad news for dropshipping. There's a lot of stuff that goes wrong, and I'll list out some of the cons that I've faced. Shipping times can be extremely slow. So last year I ran some dropshipping stores that had shipping times of maximum 12 days. I've had some that were 30 plus days, which is terrible. And I've had lots of different shipping times, and that is one of the difficulties with dropshipping, is you really never know unless you build up good connections with your supplier. So if you're looking to get into dropshipping, don't be fearful and don't think, okay, shipping times are bad right now, I'm not going to get in. Everything going on in the world is allowing so much money to be spent online due to people collecting unemployment. The stimulus checks are being handed out. Everyone's collecting checks right now, so they again have money to spend, which means you have to get in there and provide them those products that they actually want to spend their money on. But just understand, you need to build up great connections with your suppliers, or else they either won't ship out your product, they'll ship them out very slow, like they'll have 2-week processing, 1-week processing, stuff like that is just unacceptable. Or they will provide you with very low quality products. I had that happen last year where I scaled a product to over $100,000 a month, and the product quality was bad and they didn't fulfill all of our orders. And it wouldn't have been bad if we had just scaled it to like $1,000 and then that was it. This is something where we scaled it to over 6 figures and we had orders that literally didn't get shipped out. So that is a big issue. Some suppliers are very sketchy and do not ship your orders out properly, so you need to make sure you're building up a good connection with them or you will be screwed over, I promise. Another big downside of dropshipping is the packaging is very generic. It's not like it's going to have your logo on it or anything like that. There's going to be no branding, which looks kind of bad when the customer is accepting the package. It doesn't provide a great customer experience, which is one of the reasons why I normally don't dropship anymore. I'm at the point where I now order products in bulk and sell them, and I have inventory housed in California. So I do that because I have way more control over my packaging. I can provide custom packaging, custom shipping packages, to where when it gets delivered and they go to check their mailbox, the bag or box that it comes in has my logo all over it and just looks amazing, provides a great customer experience. You can't really do that with dropshipping. Now, there are suppliers that once you're already doing a certain amount of orders, they will actually go out and print boxes or bags or whatever you're doing, or even the logo on your product. They will do that for you if you're doing a certain amount of orders every single day. So that is one thing you need to always talk with your suppliers about, like, hey, if I do this amount of orders every single day for 10 days, would you guys consider doing custom packaging for me without any upfront cost? Some suppliers will do it. I had one last year who actually did it for most products I sold. I just contacted them and they had apparently relationships with a lot of these suppliers, and they just set it up to where I didn't even really have to work with any supplier. It was just one. So that was amazing, and you definitely need to find people like that, but all you have to do is start contacting suppliers and chat around and see what you can do, because that's very important. Again, like I said, suppliers can take advantage of you, so make sure that the probability of that happening is very low. Another big con is the quality of the product can be low. Like I said, last year I had a supplier who shipped out a product that was not the product I thought I was supplying for my customers. It was way lower quality. Everything was bad. I don't want to explain exactly what the product was, but the stuff was bad. Like, the quality was not good, and the supplier happily did that. They didn't really care because their main objective was just generating the revenue and generating sales. But that was one huge downside. I had no control over the quality control. So now I have it to where I quality control all of my products before they get sent out, because again, they're housed in California now. I order in bulk from Alibaba and do it that way. It makes way more sense. My products are also custom, so it's not like they're a product anyone can go order. They're custom made and custom logos on everything. Everything is very custom. It's not like a generic product anymore, so I'm grateful to be at that position. But when you're starting out, you can still have great quality control with suppliers. You just, again, have to build up the relationship. The biggest thing is the relationship with your supplier, because they are kind of the make or break of your business. Yes, if you have good ads and a great website, that is all fine and dandy, but if the product you're delivering to your customers is terrible, your business will crumble in a matter of 3 months at max. So that is very, very crucial for your business's success. Now, the big elephant in the room is the competitiveness of products. I've heard many times that people are like, this product is saturated, this product is saturated. Everyone discusses how dropshipping is very competitive. And yes, it is, because it's very simple. If you find someone who's selling a product, it's very simple to attack that product and outbid them on Facebook or Google and make more money than them. It's a very, very simple strategy that you can do, but that makes it very competitive, and I agree with that. Dropshipping is very, very competitive. An example, I had a product I scaled last year. I think we got up to almost $10,000 a day, and I told a friend about the product, and no more than 1 week, I find an Instagram page that popped up with the same exact product, and they were brand new, and I checked the state that the page was made in. Sure enough, it was the state and city that my friend was from, and I was like, are you kidding me? Is this really happening? So I picked up my phone. I think I was hanging out with a girl at the time. Picked up my phone, called this person. I was like, listen, is this you? Like, is this your store? And he admitted to it, and I was like, I got pissed off. That was not a pleasant phone call I had to have, because it's someone who I trusted, and then I realized they ripped me off on that product. So yes, dropshipping is very competitive, and I'm not just talking about friends. You can go on Google and type in, pore cleanser. There's a pore vacuum for your nose and stuff like that I found. Well, I didn't find it today, but it's still selling really well. But if you Google the product, there is hundreds of listings of the same product. So yes, dropshipping is very competitive, which is why you need to create, your website has to be way better than competitors. Your offer has to be better, shipping times, something has to be better so that you're getting the edge on all these other stores, which, again, the more people that get into dropshipping, yes, the more competitive it will be, but there are a lot of consumers spending a lot of money right now, so throw that mindset out of the window, because again, still so much money to be made for yourself if you are smart with this business model. Some of the big issues I also faced with dropshipping were payment processors. I didn't know how much of a pain it was going to be to simply get my money from my business and just have it be put into my bank account. I didn't know it was that crazy difficult, but I ran into so many issues last year with that. I had plenty of issues where my payment processors held 25% of my revenue, and when you're doing $10,000 a day, that's not a small amount. That's the profit margin that you're making. So it goes to you profiting to now you're not really profiting, you're break even, and the money you're profiting is being held for, let's just say, 90 days to where you can't touch that money. And if you're living above your means or at those means where you're making the money, that can be kind of bad. And some payment processors just throw in holds randomly. They don't even give you a warning like, hey, in 1 week we're going to give you a payment hold. They just kind of do it, which is something that's very bad. And I say last year because now, again, have US inventory. That kind of eliminates the issues because I have extremely fast shipping times, great quality control, and I've never had a chargeback on my stores. So that's great, but when I did have chargebacks and I did have issues, that's when I was facing a ton of difficulties with payment processors. Another thing that takes a big toll on you that I didn't realize when I was scaling my stores was customer support can get pretty gruesome. If you are managing it yourself, props to you with a dropshipping store. I manage my brand's emails because all the emails are like, oh, the product is amazing. I think, thank you so much. Because my shipping time is 3 to 5 days, so customers get the product same week. And I know I'm mentioning how I have brands and stuff that have US inventory. don't have that scare you away from dropshipping. Dropshipping is still a great business model. It makes people so much money. I'm definitely going to be starting some more stores myself that are dropshipping because there's a lot of opportunity right now. But I'm just mentioning my brands because there are a lot of pros of having a brand. Big downside though, like side note, is I can't really scale a product from 0 to 10K a day unless I have that inventory. So that's something that sucks big time. Like, it really sucks. But customer support, I had it last year to where a brand we scaled to 6 figures. The store flopped because, again, the quality control was not there for the product, and some of the orders we couldn't even fulfill. So it got to the point where somehow someone found my personal phone number. I don't think I changed it on the website at the time. And then I was getting probably phone calls every hour or so of customers complaining. Emails were getting blown up. Somehow a customer found my Instagram page and started DMing me. Stuff was terrible. It was a weird time in my life where I was just like, this is horrible. I really don't like this dropshipping thing right now. Like, yes, it made me stupid amounts of money. Like, I had profited $50,000 in a month with one store, and I was like, this is awesome. But the downsides were the emails were gruesome. No one enjoyed the product, and so that was something that was bad because I didn't have good relationships with my suppliers, and they were providing me very low quality products, which again, I should have verified with my suppliers before doing this. So to recap this video, low barrier to entry, you can scale your products really fast with dropshipping, and if a product doesn't work, you can just sell another one. It's very simple to pivot into another product, so dropshipping is great, but there are some downsides. You have slow shipping times. Quality control is not in your hands normally, it's in the supplier's hands. You have generic packaging, and the competitiveness can be through the roof at times. Now, with all that information said, I strongly urge you guys to get started with dropshipping. And again, very good business model, especially right now. So much money is being spent, not only in the US, but worldwide because of all of the stuff happening in this world right now. So again, don't let anything I said scare you. Just be motivated by the fact that there's so much money being spent right now. Dropshipping, again, there are pros and cons with every single business model. It's not like there's one that's just amazing that everyone needs to get into and then every other business model is inferior. Every business model is good and bad in some reasons. You just have to pick the one that you can sort of deal with the most and then go with it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and got value. If you did, make it to the end. Smash that like button, click subscribe below. Drop a comment if you have any questions. I reply to basically all the comments unless it's something very weird. But other than that, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.